Hello, my beautiful butterflies. My name is Ashley, Ashlie, and don't you forget to subscribe to me. Without further ado, let's get into the look. For today, I just want to do a step-by-step on how to apply a full face of makeup. And I went through my makeup and selected affordable for most people that you can get at just about any drugstore. So the first step is to apply a face primer to your whole face. So I'm going to go in with e.l.f. Jelly Pop Dew Primer. And you only want to use about the size of a dime. It is very sticky, which is a good thing because it helps your foundation grip throughout the day. And it won't go anywhere because now we're wearing masks and everything because of COVID. So you just want to push it into your pores. And while that is setting into the skin, I just want to tell you what I went in with my brows. I used the Shape and Stay Brow Pencil from e.l.f. Basically what it is it's a clear wax, and you just put it right into your brows, and it helps stay in place exactly where you want it to stay. And then I went in with my color medium brown and just helped fill in some of the rest. A really good brand that is very affordable is from alterego. It is eyeshadow base. It is very, very important that you use an eyeshadow base under your eyeshadows so they last all day without any touch-ups whatsoever. You only have to apply it to the lids of your eyes. Just tap them in right with a finger. Your best tool is your fingers. Tap it in until it feels pretty dry. It'll get slightly tacky, and that's how you know it is good to go. After going in with that, what I tend to like to do is to set it with a powder so your eyeshadow glides on very easily. And I'm going to go in with Airspun Translucent. You can find this in any store. I got it from Walgreens. I'm just going to dip my brush very lightly into the bottom and just put powder a little bit under the eyes and on the eyelids, just in case the eyeshadow has any fallout. It'll be easy to just wipe away when you're done. For my next step, I'm going to use a brush from Milani. It is number 547. And I'm going to use a palette from Colourpop, Give It To Me Straight. I chose this palette today because it has a lot of neutral colors, and it has some of the deeper red tones, which I have in my shirt today, and it's Valentine's Day, so I wanted to go in something more with a brownish burgundy color. So my first color is going to be a transition, which just goes in your crease right here. I'm going to choose this tan shade in the color Truth Hurts. So I'm just going to slide the brush in on its side, and I tap it once or twice just to get some of the powder off. You just go in like windshield wiper motions. You can also do little circles because you got to make sure all the edges are blended out. Hold your brush right at the end, and if it helps, one finger up because we're fancy. You don't want to go in with a hard hand because then it puts too much pigment down at once, and you do not want that. The biggest key is blending. You never want any harsh lines, whether it be on the top, the bottom. You just want to keep blending this color in. Okay. Now I'm going to go in to deepen it up just a little bit in BS, which is right here. Mainly focus this on the outer crease just to deepen it up and give it a little bit more dimension. Pat it right on the outside crease before I start bringing it in. Little circle motions, then you start to bring it in the crease as well. Gotta always make sure everything's blended together in the crease. What I tend to do next is go in with a lighter color, Matter of Fact here. And I just put it along the edges just to help blend everything out. Do that on both sides, just along the edges so it looks airbrushed. Eyelid, I'm going to just take my finger and I'm going to use Candid. And it kind of looks like a rose gold color. Just take my finger in a circular motion and just start tapping it all over the lid. I'm going to go with Up Front. It's a lighter shimmer color. And just tap it more and focus it more on the inner corner of my eye to give it that dimension on the inside. Your fingers can do just as good blending eyeshadows as an eyeshadow brush. So I typically start just tapping it in and then I start tapping it out as well. See how that looks? With some more powder, I'm just going to go back in under my eyes just so we can get rid of that fallout. Okay, next step is going to be foundation. So I'm going to go in with WetNWild Photo Focus Dewy Primer, and it looks just like this. It has like a plastic applicator. Just put a little bit on my forehead and a little bit on my cheeks, chin, down my nose, and on the upper lip. I'm going to take my makeup brush, also from Milani 556. It has just a flat head, makes it easy to stipple. Medium to full coverage. So I'm just going to go in with 2 layers today to build it up. It is one of my favorite foundations of all time. Always make sure that your foundation is blended in with your ears and down your neck. Everything to look as blended and natural as possible. Foundation is so gorgeous, even with 1 layer, and covers, it just makes you look like you have 1 tone. But because I am breaking out just a little bit, I'm going to go in with 2 today. I'm just going to go in with some concealer. NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop in the shade Natural. Just take a little bit from the inside of the eye, just like this. And I'm going to take a smaller round-headed brush from Milani as well. And you could just start tapping that right in. Gotta cover your dark bag, so I'm working all day. I'm bringing it right up from the inner corner of your eye all the way to your hairline. This part is very important because it brightens up your eyes and it gets rid of the dark circles or under eye bags that you might have. And it helps shapen up from where you put your eyeshadow on. I'm just going to take a little bit more of the concealer just to brighten up just a little bit. Put a little T right in between your brows. You can bring it right down your nose, onto your cupid's bow, and on your chin. And it helps brighten up the inner part of your face. You can go in with a dampened beauty blender. Before you go in with any type of setting powder to set your face so you don't get the foundation or concealer settling into your lines, I go back in one last time to pre-press it in. And anywhere I might get lines, and then I go back in with the setting powder air spun and a large brush. This is also from Milani. Just dip it in the powder and start setting my whole face. I'll give it a slight matte look, but it will help, and it sets it so that you don't get any creasing throughout the day. Very, very important that you powder your foundation when you're done. It'll help set it so you don't sweat your foundation right off of your face. The next step, I'm going in with Lorealparis Lumi Bronze It True Match in the shade Medium. It has a little bit of gold shimmer in it. I like to take a small angled brush. This is from Alterego. They have a really affordable brush set right now for your eyes and your face. I would highly suggest you go pick these up right now. So if you want to click the link, you can look in the description area, and I will have the site right down there for you. Just tap it right in any areas where you usually get a slight tan from the sun that we are missing. Not wait for summer to come back. We have been getting snow just about every day here in New York, and I am just really missing summer, going onto the boat, going to the lake every day, having a picnic, taking the doggies for a walk. I just put it here, just a little bit right under your lip. It helps make it look like you have a shadow, like more under the nose, on the sides of the nose, just here, like maybe halfway down your face. I just keep going in until I feel satisfied with it, and I also go down my jawline very lightly, and just so it looks like you have a more chiseled out chin, and bring it down as well. Now I'm going to go in with e.l.f. blush in the shade Berry Mary. You can also pick this up at Dollar General, Walgreens, Walmart. It's most drugstores. Here's what it looks like. A little bit of shimmer. Going in with the same exact brush. I just run it through a couple times. Go right on top of where you did the bronzing. I put on like 2 to 3 layers because sometimes throughout the day they tend to lighten up a little bit, especially when you keep taking your masks off throughout the day. It tends to rub off just a little bit. I take on the tip of my nose and just on the top of the bronzer. I go up just a little bit so it looks a little bit more blended in. One of my favorite highlighters is from Maybelline Master Chrome Face Studio Metallic Highlighter in the shade Molten Gold. The same brush we were just using for the blush and the contour. Just rub it right in, tap some of the excess off, and I go right down my nose. See that look? It's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And right on top of your cheekbones, anywhere you think that the light and the sun would hit it, that's where you want to put it. A little bit on your forehead. Mainly focus it in this V right here. A little bit on your Cupid's bow. Your chin, just dab just a little bit. I'm going to go in with just this little sample size setting spray that I got right from Ulta Beauty. It's a pretty sharp mist, so I just go pretty far away all over the face. I just let it dry down just a bit. It helps the powders, everything just melt right into the skin. I'm going to go back in with the eyeshadow palette Colourpop Give It To Me Straight. Alter Ego number 11. As you could tell, it has a small tip. Frank, which is kind of this brownish color. Just dip it in, tap it off. It's right on your eyelash line, both sides. I'm going to go in with just a little bit darker of a brown, very, very lightly on the outer corner. Gives it more dimension on the bottom. Then I bring it in just a little bit. This white shimmer color, I'm going to go in just in the inner corners. Just tap it right here on the corner. And very important, you take that same color on your brow bone. So you give it that shimmer right under there. I'm going to go in with Maybelline Lash Sensational Sky High Mascara. This has been one of my absolute go-to mascaras from Walgreens, and bottom lashes. I like to wiggle the wand left to right just to make sure it gets on every lash. And while that one's drying, I'm going to go into the other side. For me personally, I like to do liquid eyeliner wings, but today I just want to keep it more simple, more laid back and easier for you guys on just a simple how to do an everyday look. I'm only going to put 2 layers of this on. Some other brands I have to typically do like 3 to 4 layers, but with this mascara you only need up to 2 layers, and it gives you that length that almost make your eyelashes look fake. I'm just going to bring it from the top to the bottom so I can comb them out so there's no clumping. I'll go to the upper lashes. I wiggle and then I'll blink down. I'm gonna go in with the Ulta Beauty setting spray. It has a very nice smell and it helps keep your eye look in place all day. And this is my look today. Just very simple, kind of like a natural brown look. I'm very happy with the look today. I hope you all have a very nice Valentine's Day. My husband's gonna take me out for dinner.